thrilled to be at the Manual Gallery and looking forward to the show Belleza Mexicana. I'm very grateful to Adrianna Abarca for loaning us the wonderful works that are hanging here. The University of Colorado Denver has taken over the management of the Manual Gallery, and while the other institutions still have showings here, we are having it directed and curated by Jeff Lamson, who comes to us from Brigham Young University and the Smithsonian. And this is yet another real groundbreaking show for us. The location of the Manual Gallery is optimal. Students from all three campuses walk by here every day, probably 45 or 50,000. And we look forward to them visiting the show, learning more about Mexican culture and how Denver is a city that embraces all kinds of different forms of visual art. So I hope you can join us here in the Manual Gallery. Ándale pues, como no?
My name is Adrianna Abarca, and I grew up here in Northwest Denver. Our father was a Mexican immigrant from Tulancingo, the state of Hidalgo, near to Mexico City. He came to the United States in 1955. His first stop was Chicago to work in the steel mills. And then the story has it that he knew that that wasn't the life for him working in the steel mills, so he was on his way to Los Angeles to look for more opportunity, and his car broke down here in Denver. They started Ready Foods in 1972 under the Colfax Viaduct in the south parking lot of the football stadium. So we've always been in this neighborhood. When we were children, we would spend time here at what became Auraria campus. My father, in his spare time, when he wasn't working at Ready Foods or at La Fonda, he would go on the weekends and hang out with some of his painter friends and really encourage them to keep painting and give them a lot of ideas for subject matter. And then he would also buy pieces from them to, again, encourage them. And that's how this collection really started in the early 70s. He didn't see himself as a collector. He was more of just a friend of artists and liked hanging out with them and liked the experience. I told him, hey, you really are a collector and we need to take this collection more seriously. You started something really amazing. A lot of this artwork has a personal connection. I think the most personal piece is a painting called the Red Rebozo or Red Shawl that our father painted before he passed. That piece he had just taken to the framer. He had never really taken any of his own work to get framed before, but he was very proud of this particular painting and he took it to the framer. The girl with the yellow dress, my father, I was part of a series of 3, and my father would always say that they represented his tres tías, or his 3 aunts. Between UCD and Metro and Community College, there are a lot of Chicano, Mexican-American, Mexicano students now on campus, and it's important for them to have a sense of pride about their culture and what they represent, the Mexican experience from a female perspective.